Oh, look, a spooky ghost. Someone coming in, like, who the hell is under that? And he has to come on the same day I'm doing the Invisible Man review. You've been reading my notes. Jesus! Hey guys, and welcome back to Paramount Gamer. Today we're kicking off our spooky month of Halloween with a review of the classic The Invisible Man from Universal Pictures. Now, I watched it here recently on Blu-ray here. I've got this little collection here with 8 movies, and it's beautifully remastered. And I said, okay, I'm going to kick off my month with a movie review. I've never done one of these on the channel before. I've meant to do a few here in the past. So let's get on with the first Halloween video of the month. The first movie that we're going to go for is The Invisible Man from Universal Pictures. Let me tell you something, it's a movie that stands the test of time, and it's incredibly entertaining to watch all these years later. It's really good practical effects, excellent camera work, and eccentric but very likeable characters. Well, apart from that landlady that just won't shut the fuck up screaming. The Invisible Man was directed by James Whale, who's best known for his other iconic movies such as Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein. They are excellent movies if you haven't watched them yet. Anyways, The Invisible Man was released in 1933 and was based off the H.G. Wells novel of the same name. It's kind of crazy to think that that book released in 1897. Exactly 121 years ago. Let's get into what this is all about, shall we? The movie starts off with a mysterious man kind of entering the tavern from the wild snowstorm outside. Every inch of his body is like covered. He's wearing a thick black jacket, some gloves and a hat, and his face is completely covered with bandage. Oh, and there's goggles there to cover his eyes as well. When the talking starts, you know it's kind of set somewhere in the English countryside. The book was set in England as well. I think it was Sussex or something like that. There's a strange man that kind of demands a room in the tavern, and he's loud, he's rude, he's really unfriendly. And all the people in the tavern are looking over and kind of talking amongst themselves, you know, saying that he must have escaped prison and he has to cover his face, or that he's, like, you know, horribly disfigured or something like that. You guys know how nosy people are in small towns when they see someone they don't know, or someone, you know, that looks or dresses differently from them. Happened to me a few times here in Ireland, I could tell you, so I can relate to The Invisible Man. As the movie kind of progresses, you can see the character descend into madness. He's constantly being disturbed in his room while he works on an antidote to become visible again. Claude Rains, portraying Griffin, the Invisible Man, and Mad Doctor, he's a menacing spectacle to behold. One of the best acting chops I've seen, especially for the time that movie was filmed. The more Griffin stays invisible, the more his mind begins to become more psychotic. He starts plotting murder, robberies, and even kind of world domination. As they say, what you can't see, you can't catch. There's some really, really good supporting characters like, you know, Dr. Kemp, played by William Harrigan. He's a snivelling coward of a man, and he teams up with Griffin. He's also terrified of Griffin as well. And then there's Griffin's employer, Dr. Cranley, played by Henry Travers, and his daughter Flora, the fiancée of Griffin, the Invisible Man, played by Gloria Stewart. Really, really good actors, great characters. This movie is a story of horror, love, betrayal, revenge, and all sorts of intense drama. Now, let's talk about the special effects in this movie. For a movie that came out in 1933, the effects were out of this world and way ahead of their time. Very, very impressive work. While Griffin was completely naked, the visual effects team used really, really good wire work to make things move around, like opening windows, moving curtains, picking up firewood, and other shit like that. And then there's some amazing effects, you know, when Griffin is taking off his bandages to reveal his invisibility underneath. To get this effect, the visual effects artist used kind of a chroma key effect called matte, where the actor wore a black velvet and had like a matching background, and then mixing that with another scene over another scene where the character was like meant to be standing. It's also used for theatre work in the late 1800s. I'd say people at that time were mesmerized and thought it was like kind of black magic or something. The movie was well ahead of its time in the effects department, anyway, I can tell you. Guys and girls, for 71 minutes runtime of this movie, it's definitely worth checking out. Even if it is filmed in black and white and it's an older movie, it's a classic with a great story and characters. If you're looking to pick this up, I'd recommend picking it up on Blu-ray, as it's beautifully remastered. I haven't seen it sold individually anywhere because I haven't looked really. But this collection here is absolutely amazing, and if you can't find this one, I'm sure you can find it somewhere online individually. Also, one last thing before I clock out here. Did you know that Universal had a reboot in the works that was meant to be part of the Dark Universe? It's meant to star Johnny Depp as Griffin. Could you imagine that? Too bad 2017's The Mummy was a big pile of shit, and because of that, the Dark Universe is on hold. It's a damn shame. Would have been good to see this brought back to modern audiences. Sure, let me know in the comments what you think the Dark Universe would have been like. Do these monsters not fit in this era of horror movies? Should they be left alone in the past? I'm intrigued to know your opinions, guys. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe if you want to see what's next in the spooky month of Halloween and beyond. So guys, this is Power Metal Gamer. Love you always. Keep the power.